Hi everyone, Elliot Jacobson here for Advanced Advantage Play. I've been taking a bit of a break, but I've been sort of also waiting for the right emails to come in so that I could have something to share. And sure enough, in the last week, 10 days, I've gotten 2 emails about the same very ancient blackjack side bet. And they asked intriguing questions, and I just wanted to share exactly what that side bet is and how you beat it. And hey, we're off to the races. So let's go right into it. So here we go. I am talking about the over-under 13 blackjack side bet. This side bet is as simple as they get. You're simply wagering whether the first 2 cards you are dealt will total more than 13 or less than 13. Those are 2 separate side bets, and anytime 13 is actually the total, you're a loser, and that's how the house will get its edge on these 2 things. So the first email that I got on these is the one that you see up here, and it simply says, hello, Dr. Jacobson. I wanted to know the advantage at true count 6, 6.5, 7, 7.5, 8, and 8.5 using a tag system, blah, 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 for the over 13 side bet. I appreciate any efforts made in answering this question. Notice the date on this one, 5/22, just about a week ago as of today. Now, what's interesting is that the day before, I had also gotten an email about the over-under 13 side bet. I mean, I've never gotten an email about this from an Advantage player before. So a day earlier, good afternoon, Elliot. Quick question for you regarding over-under 13. As I mentioned in our previous correspondence, the casino I'm planning on hitting over-under 13 offers the side bet on their 8-deck hit 17 table. For the 2 counting systems you provide in your book, the crush count and the multi-level count that are for team play, are the trigger true count values the same for 8 decks as they are for 6? Who would have thought I'd get 2 emails about the same side bet within a couple days of each other that I haven't really thought about in years? So let me just sort of take you right into what's important about this. Now, I wrote about this extensively, and I have 3 chapters on it in my book, Advanced Advantage Play. So what I did today is I republished the first of those 3 chapters on my website, advancedadvantageplay.com. So let's go right to this crushing the over-under 13 side bet. And let me just read to you the opening 2 paragraphs. Very interesting. A long, long time ago, in a casino far, far away, there was a blackjack side bet called over-under 13. The player had the opportunity to wager that his 2 cards would total more than 13 over, or would total less than 13 under. A total of 13 lost for both wagers. These were even money wagers, nothing fancy. Over 13 was first offered at Caesars Tahoe in 1989 and became very popular by the early 1990s. By the time I started looking at Advantage Play side bets, over under 13 was already long gone. I did not expect that I would ever write about it here, but that changed when I recently spotted it at an overseas casino. Although it was offered on a game that used a continuous shuffler, hence safe, the very fact that it still exists is reason enough to consider it. If it exists, a casino somewhere will find a way to screw it up. Well, apparently that is exactly what happened. There was a casino that offered it on a 8-deck game, and it got screwed up, right? So here's an email I got then just yesterday from one of those 2 people who had written me a week earlier. Well, LOL. So I went out to this establishment the other night to check out the place in advance of team play next month. And come to find out, they've gotten rid of the only 2 over-under 13 tables they had left. They replaced the last 2 of them with push 22. So a different side bet, and so the opportunity is gone. I don't know if it's gone for both people, if there's 2 different casinos, or it's the same casino they're writing about. But, it's done. So let me just show you so we can have the analysis. You can freeze frame this if you want. Here are the actual figures for using the crush count that give you the trigger counts, the average edge, the bet frequency, and your unit winning rate. And if you also really wanted, here's the combinatorial analysis of that side bet. So one other thing I just want to show you here is that if you were to go to my website and you click down here on side bets, you can go to Blackjack side bets and you can scroll down and you will find a lot of side bets here. In particular, you'll find the over-under 13 side bet listed here and a quick summary of the crush count and exactly what these numbers are. So it is, useful if you have a question to always make sure I haven't already covered that already. If it's in my book, please just buy my book. All right, that's the easy way to do this. All right, so that's about as much as I wanted to say about that in general. But let me just make one other point here. So here's the thing: these two people, advantage players, right, who found this side bet, they want to beat the side bet. In the case of one of them, he wanted to probably make sure that some Kelly betting know exactly the edge at the various true counts, so he didn't overbet a bankroll. Seems pretty subtle to me to do that at all these different true counts. What's my edge? The other person was organizing team play, so one person would use an over count, another person an under count. Those are two different counts, not the crush count, and I covered that in my book. And he hadn't quite gotten around to having the team attack this yet. So what is true is that they sent me these questions, and now I'm sharing it with you, and I'm sharing it with you without their names, without the location. You don't even know what country it's from, right? Without any details that'll give away this play, but I'm sharing it with you. And just know, if you ever send me a question, if you send me a question, right, up front, our deal is that I may share that question with my larger audience. My philosophy as an academic has always been that knowledge serves the greatest good in the public domain. You send me the question, consider that question to be in the public domain. Now, I say this because one of the reasons I took a break is I had a very unfortunate incident earlier this year where someone sent me the details of what was, without a doubt, either the most vulnerable or second most vulnerable baccarat side bet that I have ever analyzed. And it was available in a casino. And I had a long back and forth with this advantage player about all sorts of different counting systems, about team play, about what the edge was. And it was a lot of work on my end, and I just assumed I could publish that. And I went to start writing it up or creating the details for a video, and the advantage player asked me as a favor to please not publish it. So I didn't. I give him a week, give him a month, let him crush the thing before I spill the goods. Well, then he came back after a month and says, please, please, please don't publish it. I don't want this out there, whatever the reason was. So I haven't, right? And so I'm sitting on the knowledge of this extraordinarily vulnerable side bet. It may be at casinos near you. And I just don't like that. That just ruins the whole thing for me, right? So just know, I don't care who you are. I don't care what you beg, right? What deal you want to make with me. The answer is no. There's nothing in it for me at all to not be sharing this. I don't do this these videos for money. I don't do them for fame. I don't do them for publicity or for hits on my YouTube account, right? Monetization. I do it to share knowledge with you, right? Because I'm getting older and this is the skill I have, and I like to exercise this skill. So you ask me the question, just know I'm going to share that information if I think that it has more general interest. Okay, so that's my kind and friendly little rant today, and I hope this video has been of interest to you. If you find the over/under 13 side bet out there somewhere, just go crush it today. Don't put it off till tomorrow, right? If you find an opportunity, just know that some advantage player has also found that opportunity, and they will be there if you aren't, and it will be gone soon. That's the state of things these days. So all right, everyone, this is Elliot Jacobson. See you later.